Hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is the market check-in for Monday, June 8th, 2026. The market is closed, and today gave us a selective recovery session after Friday's major sell-off. SPY closed slightly green. QQQ bounced hard. The VIX dropped more than 12%. Semiconductors are strong. Micron is back in the $1 trillion ticker family. Eli Lilly is back in the $1 trillion ticker family. But Apple had a very different kind of day. Yes, they had their event. We'll get into that later. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's get on these charts, y'all. Okay, so this is SPY. Here we go. SPY was up almost 0.25% today. QQQ was up 1.5%. I did have a QQQ trade today. We'll get into that a little bit later. The VIX down almost 12%. It's back under 19, y'all. Nvidia up 1.7% to 208.64. Google down 1.4%. Apple. Ooh, what a day for Apple, y'all. So, Apple had WWDC today, where the company announced its latest technology updates, including Siri AI. This was one of the most important things investors were watching for because Apple has been under pressure to show how it can compete in artificial intelligence. During the presentation, Apple actually hit an all-time high around 10:30 a.m. The presentation started at 10 a.m. But after that thing just sold off. And as you can see here, this was the all-time high. Once it hit that, it just starts selling off for the rest of the day. And it's actually down 4.9% from that all-time high. So that is a major intraday reversal. So the market reaction was pretty clear. Investors were excited going into the event. They got the announcement and they sold the news. That doesn't mean Apple's AI story is over, but it does mean that the market had high expectations, and today's presentations was not enough to keep buyers in control through the close. All right. Next up, we got Microsoft. So Microsoft is actually in the smart money concept support zone here. It did briefly break underneath, but it did close in there. Microsoft is down 1.1% today. Next up, we got
Amazon down 0.3% today. TSM up 2.8% today. AVGO also in the smart money concept support zone. It was up 2.8% today. Tesla up 4.5% today. Great day for Tesla. Back over 400. Closed at 408.95. Meta is down 1.2%. Actually closed at 585.39. Samsung down 10% today. MU came back strong, up $85, 9.8%. Closing at 949.28. Berkshire B down 0.2% to 487. And Eli Lilly up 1.5%, closing at $1,149.15. All right, let's check out the sectors, see how the sectors did today. The best sector was technology, XLK up 2.1%, followed by XLE up 1.1%. And our last green sector for today was XLY, consumer discretionary, up 0.4%. And the rest of our sectors were red, starting with healthcare down 0.2%. Then industrials down 0.3%. Consumer staples down 0.4%. Financials down 0.6%. Materials, I forgot. Communications down 0.5%. Materials down 1.3%. Real estate sector down 1.5%. And our biggest laggard for today was utilities down 1.8%. Okay, IWM up 0.8% today. SOXL bounced back strong, up 15.8% today after that $30 decline. That 30% decline on Friday. Yeah, that was crazy, y'all. That was insane. Okay. Let's check out Robert Greene's Daily Law for today before we get into the trades that we got into. Okay, title, Play Your Role Well. Today's Daily Law is about self-control, emotional discipline, and understanding the role the moment requires. Robert Greene says, we're all actors in the theater of life. And the better we play the role, the better we wear the proper mask, the more power we can build. That does not mean being fake. That means being intentional. It means not letting every emotion run across your face. It means not giving the world instant access to every reaction, every insecurity, every frustration, and every thought. In method acting, the actor trains to bring up the right emotion on command. In real life, we may not train to that level, but the lesson still applies. If you have no emotional control, you reveal too much. You show weakness. You show that the moment is controlling you instead of you controlling yourself. And that connects directly to the market. For long-term investors, this law is about discipline. When the market sells off, you cannot let fear become your identity. When the market rallies, you cannot let excitement make you reckless. You have to know your role. Are you an investor? Are you a trader? Are you building long-term wealth? Then play that role. Do not let every green candle make you euphoric. Do not let every red candle make you abandon the plan. For day traders, this is even more direct. The market will test your emotions every single day, every single trade. a missed entry, a bad exit, a fake breakout, a fast reversal. If you react to every candle, the market will pull you around. Your role is to not be emotional. Your role is to execute. Stay composed, stay neutral, stay ready. Play the role of a disciplined trader, even before you feel like one. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion. Process over prediction. Let's get back on these charts, y'all. Okay, so I had a couple trades today. The first trade that I took was IWM. Let me go on a 1 minute chart so I can show you. Let's see. Okay, can you see that there? Okay, so I got in this trade at 710. Felt some pressure. And then it broke to the upside and I got out at 7:30. So this is a 20-minute trade. Took profits 20 minutes later. And then my other trade was QQQ. Got into this trade after the IWM trade. So I got in right here at 729. Only felt pressure for about 1 minute. And then we took to the upside. And I sold here at 736. This was a nice $1.21 move in 6 minutes. Now, I should have stayed in the trade. I would have felt some pressure right here at 743 because I would have only been up like 32 cents. But then it took off to the upside again. So I did get out early. So it happens. But 2 for 2 today. So shout out to my trading strategy. It involves a EMA and a VWAP. All right. Actually, I had a late entry. I was supposed to get in right here. Man, 75 cents lower. I was supposed to get in on this candle, but I was looking around too much. So I ended up getting in on this candle. So this was actually a late entry. So had I got in here, I would have made way more money. But that happens, y'all. That happens. All right, let's check out some news. While we check out the news, let's put the heat map on here. A lot of green in electronic technology, a lot of red in technology services, a lot of red in finances, a lot of red in healthcare, a lot of red in utilities and industrials. All right. Okay. First up, Nvidia and SK Hynix just announced a multi-year technology partnership. SK Hynix will co-develop memory for 4 specific Nvidia platforms: Vera Rubin AI supercomputers, Vera CPUs, RTX Sparks powered PCs, and Jetson Thor robotic computing platforms. SK Hynix will apply AI to semiconductor chip design and manufacturing itself, using NVIDIA's CUDA-X libraries and Physics Nemo framework to accelerate chip simulations and engineering workflows. SK Hynix will build factory digital twins using NVIDIA's Omniverse, targeting fully autonomous fab operations. AI factories are the engines of the next industrial revolution, and advanced memory is essential to their performance, says NVIDIA CEO. That's dope, y'all. I think digital twins is just incredible technology. And shout out to SK Hynix. I think they was There was a $1 trillion ticker recently. They should be back soon. Next up, South Korea's stock market triggered a halt after plunging more than 8% at the open. Ooh. Just imagine SPY falling 8% at the open. That'll be straight panic, boy. That's why you gotta halt it. I think in America, we halted at 5%. They halted at 8%, seems like. Next, Nvidia CEO calls Friday sell-off a buying opportunity and says everyone has the chance to buy shares at a lower cost. Yeah, because we definitely bounced back today. I should have read that in the morning. But anyway. Next, Anthropic has urged for a global pause in AI development as artificial intelligence models are nearing capability to improve without human intervention. Ooh, that is important. That is important. That one of the leading AI companies actually said that. I got a clip from Peter Lynch. Check it out, y'all.
You should study history. And history is the important thing you learn from. What you learn from history is the market goes down. It goes down a lot. The math is simple. There's been 93 years a century. This is easy to do. The market's had 50 declines of 10% or more. So 50 declines in 93 years. But once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. We call that a correction. That means that's a euphemism for losing a lot of money rapidly. But we call it a correction. And so 50 declines in 93 years, about once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. Of those 50 declines, 15 have been 25% or more. That's known as a bear market. We've had 15 declines in 93 years. So every 6 years, the market's going to have a 25% decline. That's all you need to know. You need to know the market's going to go down sometime. If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't own stocks. And it's good when it happens. If you like a stock at 14 and it goes to 6, that's great. You understand the company, you look at the balance sheet, they're doing fine. You're hoping to get to 22 with it. 14 to 22 is terrific. 6 to 22 is exceptional. So you take advantage of these declines. They're going to happen. No one knows when they're going to happen. It'll be very. People tell you about it after the fact that they predicted it, but they predicted it 53 times. And so you can take advantage of the volatility in the market if you understand what you own. So I think that's the key to element. Another key element is that you have plenty of time. People are in an unbelievable rush to buy a stock. I'll give you an example of a well-known company. Walmart went public in October of 1970. 1970 went public. Already had a great record. It had 15 years performance, great balance sheet. You could have waited 10 years saying you're a very conservative investor. You're not sure this Walmart can make it. You want to check. You see them operate in small towns. You're afraid they can only make it in 7 or 8 states. You want to wait till they go to more states. You keep waiting. You could have bought Walmart 10 years after they went public and made 35 times your money. If you bought it when they went public, you would have made 500 times your money. But you could have waited 10 years after Walmart went public and made over 30 times your money.
Peter Lynch dropping game, y'all. Yeah, we're going to have pullbacks in the market. It's the best time to buy. All right, some of these stocks, all these stocks hit a 52-week high today at some point. Some of these were all-time highs. Apple, Eli Lilly, United Health. I'm not going to read all these, but Crocs, Hyatt Hotels, United Rentals, yeah, I don't recognize most of these. Oh, this is interesting right here. So, Sam Bankman-Fried has formally submitted a request for a presidential pardon to President Donald Trump, according to the information listed on the U.S. Department of Justice of the Pardon Attorney website. The co-founder of the now defunct FTX crypto exchange is currently serving a 25-year federal prison sentence after he was found guilty of orchestrating a massive fraud scheme that misused billions of dollars in customer funds at FTX and its affiliated trading firm Alameda Research. He like, Trump, get me out. Trump, get me out. I'm sure he made a nice donation before he filed for that pardon. Next, Bank of America has said that 70% of its bear market indicators have been triggered, matching average levels seen before prior market peaks, alongside 17 of 20 S&P 500 valuation metrics showing statistically significant overvaluation. The warning coincides with the S&P 500 up over 20% year to date, prompting Bank of America to cut its year-end target to 7,100 and advise trimming broad equity exposure while favoring select opportunities. Despite the caution on speculative activities and concentrated gains, BofA maintains an overweight stance on U.S. equities, positioning the signals as risk flags rather than a guarantee of imminent downturn. All right. Next, Apple just said that its new Siri AI won't be available in China yet due to regulatory approval. Now, I'm wondering if this news came out during WWDC and that was what made it sell off. I'm wondering if that aligned correctly. Next, we got Mark Monroe. He said, Apple really came out swinging for the fences. It's crazy because you see the increase, the spend, while others are at a bottleneck. If you are a parent, iOS 27 will be interesting. Siri AI is interesting. It still needs work because it needs to be more intuitive and anticipatory. Yeah, they definitely had a lot for parents with iOS 27. I thought that was pretty dope. So definitely, all the parents out there, check out iOS 27 when it comes out, and there's a lot more control that you have over your child's iPhone. Next, this is Wall Street Trapper. He said, I took my $200,000 loss on Friday with a smile, and I made $300,000 today while on an island. Freedom is printed in the stock market. Shout out Trap, y'all. All right, next, Google and Nvidia consider Intel as backup chip manufacturer. Another signal for Intel to run up. How about another one? Google has reportedly placed an order with Intel to manufacture more than 3 million of its specialized AI chips in 2028, y'all. Let's check out Intel. What is Intel doing today? Okay, Intel had a huge candle in the pre-market. They had an 8% candle in the pre-market, and then it just basically consolidated all day. But shit, after that 8% move, why not consolidate all day? All right, so that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know how we like to end the show with some.
It don't happen overnight.
With some Instagram knowledge and motivation.
Never chase money. Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Shout out Dr. George Frazier.
It don't happen overnight. And there's going to be moments when it's really, really frustrating. And there's going to be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're going to take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work and appreciating it, when it's good and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
And that's what we do. Thank y'all for tuning in to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. Shout out everybody on YouTube Live. I'm your host, Matt Riches. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.
$1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold.